Hey, what's going on, everybody? Jameson here. Over the past couple of days, I've been talking about a huge and very important announcement that I wanted to make tonight. And I promise to keep this brief. But before we get to that announcement, I wanted to take just 1 minute to share from my heart and give some context as to where this announcement is coming from. I read a tweet yesterday from Joe Grimaldi, who's the National Vice President for the Fraternal Order of Police. And it said that there have been 128 officers shot in this country year to date. That is a 30% increase since 2018, 9% jump over 2020's historic numbers. Violence against us, meaning law enforcement, continues to escalate, as does violence in our urban communities. The attacks on law enforcement have had dire consequences for all, end quote. Now, I think that we can all agree that 2020 was a disaster. There was the pandemic, which if you truly know me, you know how I feel about it. I'm not going to get into that tonight. But then there was the all-out war on law enforcement. Last year, between May 25th and July 31st, 2 months, there were 574 declared riots and over 2,000 law enforcement officers injured. 2 months. All in all, 2020 was the deadliest year for law enforcement since 1974. To be specific, that's approximately 365 law enforcement officers that lost their lives. Last year in 2019, that was 150, just to give you some perspective. So whether you realize it or not, there is an agenda to defund, disarm, and dismantle law enforcement all over the nation. It's also my opinion that our elections are under attack, and it's becoming harder and harder for the American people to trust our electoral process. Facts and objective moral truths are being replaced by feelings and moral relativism. And instead of being taught that America is the land of opportunity, protected by inalienable God-given rights, that we're a defender of freedom and a source of pride, our kids are actually being taught that God is dead and that America is a land of inequality and oppression, and it's something to be ashamed of. The free market, it's frowned upon, while socialism continues to gain momentum every freaking day. And instead of human lives being valued and allowed the right to live, they're being trafficked like property, and they're treated like parasites and disease. These anti-God and anti-American worldviews, they're regularly propagated by many in our government, and they saturate most of our education system, Hollywood, media, entertainment industries. So what do? Well, after watching our government leaders sit on their butts and sit on their hands while all of these events unfolded last year, and law enforcement across America falling victim to countless attacks after attacks after attacks, well, I've decided that I've had enough. I believe it's time that we have true statesmen elected to Congress, not more moderate career Republicans or someone that's been ambitiously grooming themselves for years to run for office. And that brings me around to the big announcement for the evening. So I have decided to not continue to complain, not continue to moan, to whine. I've decided to throw my hat in the ring and announce my candidacy to run for United States Congress in Congressional District 8 here in Texas. This is the amazing district that I call home, and it currently includes all of Montgomery County, Walker County, Houston County, San Jacinto, Trinity, Grimes, Madison, parts of Leon, and northern parts of Harris County. Now, we're building an army of grassroots conservative patriots from all over that love America and love our men and women in blue. And my team and I, we would love to invite you to help me be your voice for the district in Washington. In other words, help me fight to refund the police and make America safe again. Help me fight to make sure that we have proper Republican representation in Washington. Help me fight against all forms of gun control, including red flag laws. Help me fight to annihilate critical race theory, which would absolutely destroy our nation. Help me fight to restore your faith in the electoral process. Help me fight to save free market capitalism in order to preserve our rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I'd like to invite you to join the fight today by going to jamesonellis.com and then join the conversation on social media, Facebook, Instagram. You can find us by searching Jameson Ellis for Congress. Patriots, we've got a lot of work to do. We've got a long road ahead of us. But as your representative and a resident of Conroe, I will honorably serve the proud Texans of Congressional District 8 and those that believe that America is still exceptional. Together, we will win the fight to refund the police and make America safe again. God bless.